Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole.
My poor little children.
It's been an attack on our families the whole time, which is a lesson that I want to bring forth concerning the war that has been declared against us, and we don't even know it. We walking around every day in war, in battle as a people, and don't even realize that war has been officially declared, like real life, just as real as it was when when World War I was declared, World War II, all of the wars through history that have been officially declared and said, look, you are the enemy and we're coming after you. That's what's been done to us. I'm not exaggerating. That's reality. Crack is chemical warfare. TV and media, that's mental warfare. Taking our men and putting them in jail, those are captives of war. We're under war. So it's time for us as men to stand up, grab the sword, and prepare for war. Now, I ain't speaking about guns and bullets. I'm talking about the sword of the Most High. You can't fight him with guns. Esau's weapon is the sword, and he's using it well. Ours is the sword. We got to use it well. We held accountable. Our women, our children, they suffer because we ain't picking up this sword. We are under war. In war, you demoralize your enemy. You take away their will to fight. You take their mind, you put them in captivity. And when they're captive, you make them serve you. That's what happened to us. That's what we're going through. We come out of it by coming back to the Most High. Men, we're coming back to the Most High. Where we at, brother?
I have a dream.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping. I still have faith in the future. But I've had to analyze many things over the last few years, and I would say over the last few months. I've gone through a lot of soul-searching and agonizing moments, and I've come to see that we have many more difficult days ahead, and some of the old optimism was a little superficial, and now it must be tempered with a solid realism. And I think the realistic fact is that we still have a long, long way to go, and that we are involved in a war. When a nation becomes obsessed with the guns of war, it loses its social perspective, and programs of social uplift suffer. This is just a fact of history, so that we do face many more difficulties as a result of the war. It's much more difficult to really arouse a conscience during the time of war. That is something about a war like this that makes people insensitive. It dulls the conscience. It strengthens the forces of reaction, and it brings into being bitterness and hatred and violence. I think the biggest problem now is that we got our gains over the last 12 years at bargain rate, so to speak. It didn't cost the nation anything. In fact, it helped the economic side of the nation to integrate lunch counters and public accommodations. It didn't cost the nation anything to get the right to vote established. And now we are confronting issues that cannot be solved without costing the nation billions of dollars. Now, I think this is where we're getting our greatest resistance. They may put it on many other things, but we can't get rid of slums and poverty without it costing the nation something. I feel that nonviolence is really the only way that we can follow, because violence is just so self-defeating. A riot ends up creating many more problems for the Negro community than it solves. You can, through violence, burn down a building, but you can't establish justice. You can murder a murderer, but you can't murder through violence. You can murder a hater, but you can't murder hate. And what we are trying to get rid of is hate, and injustice, and all of these other things that continue the long night of man's inhumanity to man.
When we allow freedom reign, when we let it reign from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able